Hello, everybody. My name is Jan. I'm with the Fairy and Human Relations Congress, and I get to introduce you to Robyn Bluemmel, who is going to be doing one of the immersions on Thursday, July 20th, from noon to 5, with communicating with native plant spirits. And Robyn, you did a smaller workshop last year. Like we have, all these workshops, and like it was an hour and a half. And you were doing such a good job, but you were trying to squeeze all your knowledge into like an hour and a half. It was like, oh, we need to have Robyn back next, this year, so that we can really honor what you're doing in a more relaxed place where we can sit and, just like sink into the wisdom of the plants. Um, so do you want to tell us about what you're offering this year?
Well, like you said, it's a similar class as last year. It's just that we'll have more time to go more in depth with our practice. Last year we worked on, first developing some techniques for telepathic communication, just kind of warm up with that. And then actually sitting down with plants and seeing what they have to say to us. So we're trying to deepen our connection to the plants of the land of this area and the plants living on site at the Fairy Congress.
So the site is right east of Salem, Oregon. And Robyn, I have to say, I've been working with flower essences for a long time, 20, 30 years. And you're doing, you've got your book, which is Native Plant Spirit Wisdom, and you're doing something very profound in that you're offering a couple of telepathic exercises which are easy and direct and kind of can connect you in with the plant spirit in ways that I haven't seen other people teach. And you're also focusing on native plants that are native to the Pacific Northwest. And if you could say something about why that, because you chose deliberately to work with native plants, not plants that had immigrated here or been brought in. Can you say a little bit about that? Like the power of working with your local bio.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess one thing, my whole life I've always been interested in the plants that grow around us. They're the ones that I grew up with. So, my focus started from just wanting to know more about the plants that live with me. And then, that developed into this body of work that you were talking about that's in the book, which was interviewing 34 plants, native plants from this area. And I think the reason that natives are really important is, one, they're growing right next to us. They're living in the same area as us. And so basically, we're living in the same type of energies and vibrations that we share in this beautiful area of the Pacific Northwest. And so I think we're just naturally more connected and maybe more sensitive to the plants, because they're the ones that take care of us here. They're the ones that are looking out for us and who always have. So I think of them as kin. And so we have a kinship with them, and we've just kind of forgotten how to connect in with them, because they're here and wanting to work with us. They're shouting that all around the world, and they used to, we used to communicate with plants, and that's how we figured out which medicines are good to use, and we've just kind of gotten away from that. So I think it's a really wonderful time to reconnect with the plants of our area. And um, one of the things that was kind of a common theme when I talked to these different plants is that they are all here wanting to help us. They view us as their children, actually, um, because they take care of us in so many different ways. You know, when you think about it, you know, from the air we breathe to the food we eat, the medicines, you know, the materials to make our homes, our clothing. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And so, you know, they choose to work with us on a lot of different levels. And now more than ever, I think they're really wanting to work with us on a spiritual level to reconnect so that we reconnect with nature again. And so here, everywhere you look, you know, we live in this place of abundance of thousands of different types of plants, and they're just all around us all the time. And so it's very easy to pick a plant and see what it has to say, you know. And,
yeah, this is really exciting. I think there's also something about, you know, during COVID, I'm doing a little tangent here, but during COVID, we had to reevaluate a lot of things. And a lot of what we were reevaluating was home and our community.
mhm,
And I think if we can work with native plants, there's a certain grounding that happens that is on such a you know, a lot of us were kind of like traumatized during COVID. I mean, there was so much uncertainty, and the certainty of local plants and local, you know, rooting into your local bioregion, I think
mhm.
is really profound.
I
So I'm
agree.
excited. So we're going to be doing communication exercises, nature walks, sinking into the land around us. July 20th, noon to 5. So you're kind of like really opening up, you're kind of the preamble, if you will, for the Fairy Congress.
Oh, how
So that'll
fun. How
so the
fun.
opening ceremony is Friday morning, so you'll be kind of warming us up with plant spirits. Robyn, I am so looking forward to having you there. So last year, that was your first Fairy Congress?
No, I,
Oh,
yeah, no, let's see. I
okay,
did one up in Washington
right.
probably 10 years before.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so it had been a long time. So that was only my second one.
Wow. Could you
Yeah.
just say how were your experiences at the Fairy Congress?
Oh, it was wonderful, magical, you know, to be in such a beautiful environment, you know, where you're camping out in nature. And then with all of these like-minded people that are all trying to reconnect and discover nature and each other. And it was just really beautiful.
Thank you. Well, look forward to seeing you there this year and everyone else. So you can find all the links in the comment section. And Robyn, will see you July 20th.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm trying to.
Oh,
Let's stop this thing.